keeping it.
Hello! Welcome to Vamps and Vagrants. I'm Paige, your dungeon mom. I am joined, as always, by my closest friends and family. First up, Kelly, who plays Hugo.
Hi.
Oh, now you're all modest. I'm also joined by Wesley, who plays Benholm. Looking like Clark Kent. Also have Sarah here, who plays Yetta.
Hi, everyone.
Everyone. Everyone. All five of us. All six of us today. Five. No, there's five of us.
All my closest friends and family.
All my closest friends and family, minus two. And certainly not least, but announced last today, is Colin, who plays Revlin.
Hello.
Hello. We will shortly be joined by Victoria, who plays Rapture, and we are down one Kayleen, who plays Brana, which is why she is the Strahd of the week. I'm calling it. It's called Strahd of the week.
Strahd of the week.
So, on last week's episode, you all began to leave the tower where you were waiting for Rictavio. After laying to rest the last burgomaster of Barovia, and carrying along his petrified sister, Rictavio led you all down southwest on a road that diverged off the old Slavic road towards what is, hopefully, Wizards of the Wine, the one last standing vineyard of Barovia. There you hope to find what causes the delay in delivery to wine in Kresk. And then in connection, hopefully getting into Kresk to meet the mysterious abbot, who apparently can bring people back from the dead, and ideally heal several people you've traveled across in your adventures in this dark land. On your way down to the Wizards of the Wine, a couple Taroka cards were revealed, some of which driving people into brief periods of madness where you all had to defend yourselves from a raging and delusional Brana for a few minutes. You also heard a scream out in the woods, a woman wailing and crying, and as you went to explore, Brana getting there first, you all quickly understood it to be a banshee.
Trust no one.
Similar to the types of specters that Revlin had faced in his past. He had never faced a banshee, though. But you all quickly battled after Hugo threw a javelin to her torso, yelling, "Trust no one." And she quickly used her wail to drop 3 of you down to 0 hit points, which was a quick scramble. Thankfully, you all acted quickly and ran as quickly as possible from this visage. Is that the right word? Spectre? Yeah, I said that one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to change it up.
I can look at this.
Visage? Colin, you're smart.
Come on, Colin.
Anyway.
Visage means a person's face with reference to the form or proportions of the features. A person's facial expression, the surface of an object presented to view.
Huh. Vague. Alright, and so you all continued on the path. Some of you, weak in health and weak in power. You were deciding whether you needed to take a rest on the path or continue down the road towards the Wizards of the Wine. It is roughly, I think it's around, you had a late morning and a couple hours of travel. It's roughly about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. What would you all like to do? I need to see this?
Yeah.
Even though I am feeling weak, I think it is
what
best
does it
to move
mean?
forward.
I don't know. It gives
must
you no
move.
answers.
It's the one touching the ground.
Oh, you little.
Touching the ground.
Yeah, so roll it.
3, 2, 4.
Roll it.
Oh.
What's one touching the ground? A 3.
That's so cool.
Anyways, Puddy, do we think we should keep moving?
Yes, let's find this wine.
Yes, and then once we get there, I would like a long rest, even if it isn't like 5 o'clock.
We can't. Fine. We sleep a
I'm just
lot.
saying.
We're a lazy group.
Some of us passed out today, Hugo, because of your carelessness.
I didn't want to go in against the witch girl.
Because you scared.
I think Hugo made some quick decisions, Victavio kind of pipes in.
Thank you, bro.
Brash, but in retrospect, I think she meant to harm us.
Yeah, see, maybe I just have good instincts. I was right, by the way. We shouldn't have trusted her.
I didn't agree to trust her. It was Rictavio who pointed us and pushed us into the forest. He was the one heading by himself.
I think in general it might be worth it to stop and take a moment to consider our actions, even when it seems like we might be helping someone. It could be a trap.
True. I agree, Revlin.
What's that noise in
Nice
the
and
woods?
Caw, caw.
Oh, I thought it was a...
It was a raven.
Distress.
It was a raven, it was Buffy.
Oh,
And Buffy sits on Rapture's shoulder as she kind of follows along and she nods. I agree. We should be more careful.
okay, it is
Okay, more
agreed then.
careful it is. I will try.
Let's keep going. Yes?
Yeah, let's be careful though.
What order?
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. What is the now continued marching order?
I'm still bringing up the rear.
I want to be in the front this time. I'm never in the front.
Ooh.
I'll go up.
Ooh.
With my
I will
bony
walk in
whole
front of Ben Vom.
Check out that ass. Yes. Yeah, the ass.
Yetta is a big girl, so.
How does Yetta walk when she's in front of Benvolm? Does she walk sassy?
Kind of a waddle.
Does she walk assy?
Sassy.
Oh, got it.
I like assy.
She walks assy.
Your
I'll
horse's
find it
name is
there.
Solaris, right? Is he still present?
A fucking skeleton? Yes, I think so.
No, is he still
Yes,
present?
he is.
Does it require concentration?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, isn't he carrying our
Stone Girl, yeah. He is carrying
our
Stone
Han Solo girl?
He is carrying Stone Girl.
Oh, I found the perfect one.
I'm sorry?
I found the perfect gift to describe how Yetta walks.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I'm ready.
If what I've heard is correct, assuming that the people who are not present as players are relatively in the middle of the group, I can assume the marching order is Hugo, Revlin, Rictavio, Brana, Rapture, Yetta, Benvolm, and Irina and Solaris at the rear.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Sounds fantastic.
Yes, beach.
Yeah, booty.
Alright, so I need Hugo to roll a perception check.
Oh boy. I'm trying to think. I didn't frenzy rage. I think I just rage raged. I'm good. Oh boy. Well, that's a 6.
Okay. So as you all begin to head down the road, Hugo, have you ever been to a winery before?
No.
Yeah, so as you're kind of leading the pack, you start to try to like focus on other senses to kind of direct you. You're trying to use your nose,
Your wines and
your wine senses. Trying to use your nose, and you're struggling to kind of detect anything close that would kind of catch your attention. It's kind of just musty, a little damp. Hi, Victoria.
Hi. Sorry.
It's okay. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you guys?
You're good.
Good.
We did get started, but we really just got started. So
We were talking about how we had a walk with her ass.
Okay, no worries. I noticed that last week wasn't up anyway, so I figured I would just be here listening most of the night anyway.
yeah, so it's exporting right now. Sorry,
No
but
worries. No worries. I wouldn't have had time to watch it anyhow. So.
yeah, I'm sure you heard. You guys tried to fight a banshee, and 3 people in round 1 dropped 0 hit points immediately.
Oh, I only heard about me. Who else dropped?
Benvolm technically, and then Rictavio, but then Sarah used a magical item that bumped Benvolm up to full health, and she bopped down to 0. So there were 3 people down first round. But you guys quickly kind of collected everybody, healed them, and retreated out. It was pretty good.
That sounds super dramatic. I love it. I can't wait to watch.
Yeah, it'll be up probably overnight, which is cool.
Awesome.
So, Hugo, with your 6 perception check at the head of the group, you don't sense anything. I mean, thankfully, the road clearly is made into a dirt road, so it's hard to get lost on it, but nothing catches your eye.
Okay. Guys, I think we're going in the right direction. I feel the grapes in this direction. So.
Well, Hugo, it's the only road, so.
Right. Smart ass.
Yeah, just don't run us into any more ghosts, alright?
You know what, Yetta? I don't know.
Would you like a card again,
A card.
Hugo? A card?
Yes.
Cards again?
It's not time for cards yet.
All I'm saying is if you don't want a card, you can be smart. You can be a smart ass. If you want the card, don't be a smart ass.
You're kind of like picking on me. And I don't appreciate it.
You nearly killed Benvolm
I
And
didn't
Rapture.
do that.
and Rictavio.
I'm pretty sure I dragged half of those bodies out and didn't want to stay to fight. Which is like against my DNA.
Is this a breakthrough in character development for Hugo?
No.
Oh.
Next time I'm just going to leave you guys, let the bodies stay on the floor.
Put the bodies in the floor.
Sneak peek into Hugo's not made playlist.
What I'm saying, Hugo, is I don't really feel like you feel sorry. I feel like you just started like mad that we're mad at you. Well, I'm mad at you.
You're right. I really don't care about what any of you people think. I'm just going to keep walking forward now. And I turn around and I keep walking.
Insight check to see if he really feels anything. I think you love us. That's a nat 20, motherfucker. You lost. Don't matter.
All right, I can text you.
Text me.
I literally don't care.
Guys, I literally. Yeah.
What's everyone's passive perception?
Bad is what it is.
14.
With Victoria,
Oh.
if you're looking at your passive perception, you'd include Buffy's wisdom buff.
I would like to tell you. Oh, Roll20 finally just loaded.
Mine's 15 while we.
Your passive perception is 15?
I don't know how, but I just opened my character sheet.
Oh, most of them,
Nice.
I
yes.
forget. Even though I play Yetta as dumb, she has a +2 to wisdom.
Wow.
And she's
But that would put her-
obviously.
That would
But
put her.
listen, Paige, she's a bard, so she has expertise.
I'm sorry, Paige. What did you say I would add?
Buffy's stuff because she's sitting on your shoulder. Buffy's
Uh,
wisdom.
Okay. Oh, it says plus charisma modifier to wisdom checks with Buffy on shoulder. Would that be a percep? Would
It's,
that count then?
it's not an active wisdom check, it's a passive. So
Okay.
like,
Okay.
you're going to see on your character sheet underneath all of your skills a passive
Yeah.
perception.
So let me just add Buffy real quick.
Mhm, totally.
Because it's
I'm
insight page,
really
it's
not on my
fine for
game.
me. Because
That
passive
is-
perception is insight.
13 for me.
Okay.
I got a 22 divided by 11. Divided by 2, sorry. 11. Yeah.
Revlin?
14? Which is way higher than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's
Yeah.
is higher than I thought.
Yeah, I thought mine was lower, but next to wisdom or passive wisdom. Oh, that's why. Fuck. Passive perception is 13. I apologize.
Okay.
I was looking at passive wisdom, which is insight. When I sense Hugo's insight check, I would use my whisper cantrip and I'll whisper something to him.
Oh.
Potato.
Victoria, what is Buffy's wisdom? Is it a +1? Oh, okay. I thought it was higher for some reason. Okay. Yeah. So about, I'd say, half an hour passes after Hugo's.
You can
respond to this message.
I just go over to Yeda and I grab her and I lift her off the ground and I give her a big old bear hug.
I return the hug. We made up.
That is very sweet. Octavio kind of looks at you both.
And then I put her down and then I go back to the front.
Hugo, let no one forget you were my first friend.
I see what's happening, and I sort of reach to hug Solaris around the neck, but that's a little slimy. And I go back. I do want to. I'm doing this, so I do one of these.
Oh.
Do anything?
I'm working on my undead horse noises.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
Honey, what does a horse sound make?
Alright, you be Matt Mercer and talk to me about it.
No, that was amazing, Paige. I'm not insulting, that was amazing.
Oh man.
I knew exactly what it was when you did. Oh shit, okay.
Alright, suddenly, probably about an hour in, you can see, a large form ahead of you. It's right where the mist begins to break, so it's probably with this probably almost 50 feet away. And it seems, even at this distance, it seems to be quite large.
How large are we talking?
Larger than a medium-sized creature.
That's
Large?
Can I make it out?
Is it like a building or
Can you make it out what?
Make out what it is?
You're 50 feet away in the mist, so if you're rolling a perception check, which is what you're think, it'd be at disadvantage.
Okay.
Is it like a person, a humanoid thing we're talking about, or like a building?
Perception check with disadvantage.
Well, it can't get much worse than that. That was a 1. Guys, it's the abbot!
9.
Yeah, you can't tell.
Okay. I go, halt!
It doesn't appear to be moving.
Oh. I still say, halt!
It appears it has stopped moving.
Oh.
To Hugo. It looks like whatever you said, it's not moving.
Who goes there?
He goes there.
You don't hear anything.
Okay. Guys, what's our cautious plan here?
Trust
We
no one.
approach cautiously and see what it does.
Okay. Let's move as a pack. Like a pack of wolves.
You all pack up.
Now bunch up so we can get taken out by a fireball.
I think Victavio leans in like, I suggest we all have our shoulders touch each other so no one is exposed. We're all kind of back to back.
Then we
I
all
think
get a
we
plus
one of
3
those
saving
things
throws.
that are on a string and there's little circles on it and we all hold a circle.
I think that's a leash.
Yeah, like that. And then that way we all know where each other's ours. And you gotta hold on. You can't let go of the leash.
Does anyone have rope?
Yes, I have a rope.
I think that might be a little bit of overkill.
I don't know. I think it's a good idea.
Thank you.
Yo.
I'll pull out
Victavio winks at you, Hugo.
I'll pull out my remaining rope because I used some of it in a previous
She
thing.
was about to go both ways in a minute.
Oh god, I'll pull out 15 feet worth of my rope, my hemp rope, and I'll cut off.
Hey, Yetta, I made a joke. I was joking.
Well, I've cut it off now, so we're using it. I have 15 feet worth of rope. Grab on.
It's a pretty tight leash. That would be like...
We're real close.
That'd be like only about 2 feet between each person.
That's great. That's what I was hoping for.
Okay. Rictavio grabs on to the middle.
Revlin shakes his head and walks ahead.
Oh.
I do too. I go and like.
Can I try to tie it? Can I try to tie the end of the rope to his like back?
To whose back?
To Revlin's pack.
Are you trying to do it discreetly?
I'm just trying to do it before he walks away. I'm not trying to do it discreetly. I'm just trying to get it done.
It'll be...
She's gonna Ariel head him.
Just a dexterity check.
Straight dex?
Mm-hmm.
But my sleight of hand's better. That's an 18.
Yeah, I'll say you're able to. But, Revlin, you're aware that something has kind of nudged the back of you, ever so gently.
I keep going.
Hugo,
I'm pull along.
you can hear Hugo's steps kind of eagerly behind you, kind of keeping pace, right? That's what you said, Cal.
Yeah, I would follow him.
And for the rest of you who are watching, you can see Rictavio is holding the leash in the middle, and kind of, at this point, looks like he's almost walking the two of you.
I'm on the rope too.
Oh, okay. Rapture.
And I yell out again.
Benville?
I yell out again. Halt! Who goes there when we're moving closer to it?
You're probably about 40 feet from it now. You still can see that obviously the form is appearing larger. It looks completely black in the mist. It's a dark figure, and it's very, very large as you're approaching closer.
Does it look humanoid or like bodily
No.
shape?
It's definitely not humanoid. It seems to, at this point, be just a large mass. Even at this distance, probably 30 feet long.
Guys, we should sneak.
I was just yelling out, halt, who goes there? Loudly.
Let's move 10 feet over and sneak.
I'm just gonna keep going my current pace towards it.
I've committed to the rope, so I'm on the rope.
Well, then you as well?
Yeah.
Revlin?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Probably another 20 feet, you can start to see it start to break at the level where the mist starts to clear on the path. It looks to be a structure with wheels.
Is this a wagon?
It's hard to tell. I mean, Hugo and Revlin would see it first, probably Yetta close on their heels, but it looks to be a wagon. Still in the mist, though. Hard to see some details, but...
I can't. I'm moving quicker now.
No, be careful.
Well, not too, like, I'm not gonna go up and touch it. I'm just moving quicker to it.
Yeah, definitely don't open it up, you.
No, I'm not. Smart ass. And I'm also checking, the first thing I'm gonna do when I get to it is check underneath of it to see if there's a door.
It might be an open wagon.
I'm guaranteeing that there's doors underneath all the wagons.
As you approach, now within 10 feet, you can see that this is an all-black wagon.
Mm-mm.
It's at a complete stop. The carriage door is open, and 2 all-black horses are drawn and standing at attention.
Oh Jesus!
In the
I
center
saw-
of the path.
Does it look like a wagon I have seen before?
That's the wagon you've all seen before.
Oh no!
I'm gonna be sick.
Kayleen or Strahd, no!
I used Divine Sense just to confirm what I'm pretty sure I
Watch
know.
Kayleen pop in and act as Strahd.
Divine Sense?
Yeah.
Are you within, what's your distance from it?
Well, didn't we all walk up to like within 30 feet?
Were you joining?
Yeah.
Okay. And what does it do?
Um.
Oh no, this is so bad.
What is everyone else doing?
I
Panicking.
stopped as soon as I recognized whatever distance that was the wagon. I stopped in my tracks to be cautious.
I'm terrified. I'm trying to stay calm.
Revlin?
Within 60 feet, not behind total cover, I can sense celestial
Victoria?
finger dead.
I am holding a spell until I see where he is.
What spell are you holding?
Magic circle.
And you're gonna hold it until you see who?
Where to, if that's Strahd, where to cast it, that he's in the center of it.
Okay.
Holy shit! I didn't know you had that.
I'll go ahead and summon up Shadow Blade using one of my 3rd level spells.
Okay.
I will prepare hold person with my evil eye.
Okay.
I'll hold a bless for when.
Are you doing your Divine Sense?
Yeah, well that too. Okay.
Well,
never
what
mind.
does Divine Sense count as an action?
Yeah. So never mind. Within 60 feet.
So wait a second.
Okay, I get
going
it
to-
now. I
All the
didn't get any. I didn't get anything.
I'm gonna do this, and I'm
But-
doing this.
Yeah, not
I did.
behind total cover, within 60 feet.
Not behind total cover.
Yeah, so whatever. So I can sense the horses and my horse.
Those horses are not undead.
Okay.
Your horse is undead.
Yeah. I got that. I got that part.
Just gonna constantly remind you how dead your horse
He
is.
said it. He said it first. He said those horses are dead and my horse is dead. I said those horses aren't dead, but your horse is.
It's a real dead horse. Are you
You
beating
said
the
those horses are
horse?
alive.
I go, Strahd.
Kelly, you're within 10 feet of the carriage, right?
Uh-huh.
As is Revlin, right?
Yep.
You guys die.
I don't know exactly where I am, but I'm slowly behind them.
Okay.
If I can be. Thank you.
Hugo, as you kind of whimper out his name, you see a delicate piece of paper float out of the carriage and land on the ground between the carriage and you.
Don't grab it, don't touch it, don't touch it.
I'll move forward.
Do I see? I make eyes. Does Revlin? I make eyes at Revlin.
Revlin's already said he's walking forward.
Oh no! No! I hold his shoulder. I go, remember. Number 1, trust no one. Number 2, be careful.
I thought you were going to say, trust me.
Now do
I
some
start
magic
pulling
shit and
the
make sure
rope.
it's not.
You start pulling the rope. I'm pulling it backwards. I don't like it.
Can I, while he's looking, moving towards, can I look and see if I see anything inside the carriage?
You can
Like,
roll-
do a perception check.
Okay, so Yetta's trying to pull you guys?
Just,
I'm not
just
pulling the rope.
Revlin. Just Revlin.
I let my pack fall to the ground as I move forward.
Okay. Kelly, you can roll a perception check. Revlin, as you break away from the rope that's been tied to your pack and your pack falls to the ground, which is the bag of holding, if I'm correct.
Yep.
My horse meat.
You can see a single loose leaf of paper on the ground in front of you.
I rolled a
The
19.
wind starts to blow and it's starting to lift up into the air.
Have I seen anything that reminds me of?
I'm not sure what you mean.
I'm just like, is this sort of magic that I've seen before?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's just the wind, you hear the wind and the paper starting to lift up from the ground. About
Oh,
to
sorry.
blow
I
away.
think it was glowing and lifting.
Oh, no. Blowing. The wind is blowing and it's starting to pick up.
So yeah, I'll pick it up.
You pick up paper and you see a few delicate scrawls of cursive on it. The carriage door is still open. And on the paper it reads, "Leave her with me. I will take care of it."
God, Jesus.
I slowly
Oh.
paper.
Can you
you
say that
repeat that?
again? Yeah, we lost you for a second.
Methodically paper.
One more time. Methodically what?
We got this.
The internet's like, don't do it, Colin. Slowly and methodically tear the paper.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna die here, guys. This is our last stand. Let's do it.
The piece of paper you rip start to If unless you're saying you're holding on to them, we'll start to float off into the wind.
Do I see anything in the carriage? I rolled a 19.
Darkness.
Oh fuck! I go. What did it say? Are you okay?
It said to leave her with him and that he would take care of her. We're not doing that.
We sure?
You're very sure.
Okay, yeah, I had no doubt in my mind, actually. Okay. Did he threaten our lives?
No, I think there's probably an implied threat in there, but nothing explicit.
Should I go in the carriage and see if he's in there?
I think probably not.
Do you think he saw you rip up the note?
I don't know. I don't know that he's here. He might have sent the carriage.
What can I do?
I still have hold person ready for when we see Strahd.
I walk up towards the opening of the carriage.
There's like a little step ladder to get into it. It's raised. It's a carriage.
Yeah. Do I see anything when I get closer to it?
You can see only a little bit of. It's dim lit outside at all times, so as you approach, you can see into like the floor of it. But as you peek in, it's only a small, carriage, but you can't see if there's anyone in the seat.
I poke my head in. Do I see anyone in there?
You do not.
Okay, and then I'm gonna look around, like
He's
around
here,
the
guys.
outside, because I'm looking to see if he's like watching us from like around this vicinity. Do I see anyone like out around the carriage?
How
with
far
that.
out?
I'm doing a scan around the whole thing.
Roll a straight perception check because it would have been with disadvantage, but because you can't really help someone, Sarah, with perception checks, but we'll just do a straight perception check.
18.
While Hugo's doing this, I'm going to go ahead and write a little note back to Strahd.
Cheeky.
Okay. Hugo, you kind of glance up and glance around the woods on either side of the path and the mist. You wait and you listen for something, and you hear nothing besides like a couple like pebbles turning underneath other people's feet in your party, and you then like glance and look at the two horses that are drawing the carriage, and even they stand completely still at attention, their eyes just watching you.
Creepy. Okay. I don't know what to do.
At this point, it appears there's no Strahd, so if you guys are holding actions or spell slots for Strahd, you would have expended those spell slots.
We should
Guys,
keep
he's not
moving.
here.
We should keep moving. He's close.
I'll put my note into the
Oh,
carriage.
Colin, no.
Call?
Oh,
What were you
Hello?
did I cut off again, or?
Yeah, what
You
were
cut
you
off
saying?
again.
Oh, I was saying I put that note that I just sent you in the carriage, close it up, and then slap on the horse's rumps.
Okay. You will see the horses begin to draw the carriage down the path opposite the way you came, heading northeast. Not at a hurried pace, I'd say. You'd start to hear their pitter-pattering kind of get quieter off in the distance. The mist quickly enveloping them and deafening the noise.
We need to get to moving quicker.
And we're being watched. If
And
we
he's
didn't
gonna
already know
send
that.
people.
Let's
We could have his minions here any minute. Let's get going.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna move, not stealthily.
Put the
I
rope
got-
away. The rope is going to slow us down.
I put my 15 foot of rope back away.
Perfect. Same marching order?
Yes, but I would like to move not fast like running, but not casual either.
Okay.
If possible, if everyone's
Yeah,
good
it'd be
for that.
probably good to get to this place before it gets dark.
Ideally in the next hour.
Rick Tavio says, if we hurry, we can get there before nightfall.
Okay, let's do that.
All right.
Let's do it. Let's go.
You begin to kind of keep a hurried pace without tiring the entire group. It's fast walk is the best way to describe it. On the stone path, it's not too difficult to terrain. You start to get further down south, and you can see it feels, even though you've only traveled a smaller amount of distance in general across the land, you can feel it is a little colder here. To the left of you, out in the distance, every now and then you'll get a clear patch of sky, and you'll see a mountain. And it seems like you're wrapping around the valley of this one mountain, and in this center, geographically, it just seems to sit a little colder than you were remembering up in Valaki, which kind of sat on a hilltop slightly. Probably no more than another hour into your commute, you all begin to hear the distant and ever-present, probably every couple minutes, howling of wolves behind you.
Should move faster.
They seem to be keeping their distance. And as you kind of all continue at this pace, some of you occasionally picking it up and then regrouping, the wolves never seem to get louder than the howls they make, but it's almost as if they're a reminder that they're always around, always watching. It's probably at this point close to 5 o'clock, and you're all starting to get a little tired from this travel. Not that it's necessarily harrowing, but just the prolonged tension and fear as you're all kind of making your way down. It's only been a couple days since you even left Valaki, and how drastically it has changed in these short days. As it gets close to sunset, you can see the mist turns into low, heavy-set clouds, and it begins to just lightly rain. At first, just a few showers here and there, but as you continue down another half an hour in, it's steady, and it gets heavier and harder, and you start to hear a crackling of thunder, and the sun begins to set. Rictavio, you can see, starts to push closer to the front of the pack. We're getting closer.
Can you smell the grapes?
Can you?
I don't know, can I?
Roll a perception check.
A 20.
No.
It smells earthier, but earthy? Maybe sweet?
It
Definitely
smells like,
sweeter.
it smells sweet. Unless it's chocolate. It must be grapes.
And let's see. Probably just before 6, I'd say you arrive earlier than you're expecting, and after probably another half a mile, with the rain, the road now has become not even a road anymore, but a muddy trail. And it begins to meander through the woods as each side kind of gets thicker on either side of you. It gradually descends until the trees part, revealing a mist-shrouded meadow. In the meadow, the trail splits. One branch of the trail heads west into the valley, and the other leads south into a dark woods. A wooden signpost at the intersection points west and reads, Vineyard. That would be heading towards the valley.
Probably that one, right?
Rictavio doesn't even stop at the split in the road. He continues heading west.
Is there another sign telling us what the other direction is?
No.
Creepy
Okay.
forest.
If you all follow him.
Creepy
Mhm.
forest.
As you begin to continue to follow him, and the sun is now fully set, and thankfully, with the sun setting, the rain has kind of lessened up, and it is now a light drizzle. It continues to fall. And as you kind of descend into this valley, you see unpainted fences blindly following the trail. The trail then skirts north of a sprawling vineyard before bending south towards what appears to be a stately building. The fog and mist around you takes on ghostly forms as it swirls between the neatly tended rows of grapevines. Here and there you see rope-handled half barrels used for hauling grapes. North of the trail is a large stand of trees. Hugo, are you still at the front of the pack?
Yeah.
I'll have you roll one last perception check.
18.
As you continue down this path, by the large stand of trees that is north of the trail, you see a man wearing a dark cloak and a cowl standing at the edge of the trees, beckoning you.
Okay. I keep going in that direction.
You head towards it?
Yeah, he's beckoning me.
It's off the trail.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not clear. Okay, I just want to
Oh.
make sure. So there's a trail, and the trail begins to head bends. Let me make sure I get my distances right. Not that it matters that much. It bends south, and once it kind of bends south, you can see straight ahead of you is a stately building. And then if you look north to the path is a row of trees. And in the trees you see a man with a dark cloak and a cowl beckoning you.
And a cow. Like a moo cow?
C-O-L-W. Cow.
C-O-W-L, yeah.
C-O-W-L.
Oh.
What'd I say?
C-O-L-W.
Funny. Cowl.
Cowl. Yeah. Should we go to that dude that's waving to us? It's like he's
Nah.
expecting us.
I look over there. Do I see the same dude?
Roll a perception check.
7.
You see the dude as well.
That's a dude, all right. I don't know. I think we should get inside first.
I'll go over to him. I'll meet you guys inside.
No.
Rictavio, lead on.
Are we
How far away is he?
off the trail? He's not far off. I mean, he's still on the ground. He's probably only 90 feet from the path.
I will use. Guys, you want me to do something to read his mind?
Sure.
If you want.
Just, I didn't want to do it without anyone's permission. I will cast Detect Thoughts at a 2nd level. I'll put it in the chat. Yeah. They have to make a wisdom save.
Okay, give me 1 second.
I'll initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature. If I succeed, what is most on its mind in that moment?
What is he doing?
What is a wisdom save?
Within 30 feet.
13.
It fails. My is 15.
Mm-hmm.
So I learn its initial thoughts. Unless it has an intelligence of 3 or lower, or doesn't speak any language, then the creature's unaffected.
I will message you.
Cool. They
Surface
also
level
are aware.
thoughts.
Yes. Once you detect the presence of a creature in this, they're aware of it. Just to be clear.
Okay.
So it's not like a seek it.
I messaged you.
Okay, guys. I can try to read it farther. We'll spend another action to not recast it, but if I keep contemplating, I may be able to dig deeper into his mind.
Is he that concerning though?
No. Like he's like, what I think he's thinking is like, travelers, can they help us? So like, I sense a genuine nature, but like that could be a trick, you know?
Well, let's go up and talk to him, and we'll be careful.
As we walk, I'm going to concentrate harder.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull out a javelin.
What is that? Does
So
that require?
it's another wisdom save. It's another wisdom. Oh wait, you initially learn as an action you can either shift your attention to another creature or attempt to probe deeper in the same creature. If you probe deep, the target must take another wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
If it fails, you gain insight into its reason.
That'll be a 13 again.
So I know it's reasoning, if any, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind, such as something it worries over, loves, or hates. The target knows I'm probing into its mind.
He's like, I need to make a whole backstory now for this
And the
character.
creature can use its action to make an intelligence check contested by my intelligence
To do what?
to break it if they don't want me in their mind.
Well, he's gonna do that, but I'll send you the message first. What was it? Emotional state,
Emotional.
motivation, flaw, bond. What?
No. It's emotional state, sense of reasoning, if any, and something that's large looming in front of it. If it's worried about love, hate, something like that. I get such a limited use of it. We could have killed him, you know, guys? Like, hey.
Good thing we didn't. Good thing we were careful and took time to figure out what he was thinking.
Yes.
Now we're gonna go and talk to him.
And then kill him!
No,
Someone
wait.
else should probably talk to him. He probably won't listen to me now.
I will talk to him.
Thanks, everyone. Just in case, I'll give you a bardic inspiration to help you talk to him.
Awesome, I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Let me drop another one.
How do you get bardic inspiration?
I sing a song. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up. You've got this, Revlin. Don't fuck it up.
I sent you a message.
Thanks.
So, I'll go up and say, "Hail, friend. Well met."
I would message Cantrip the thing I've just read in his mind to everyone, one at a time. I'd start with
It would take
Revlin.
several seconds. You also need to roll an intelligence check so that he can get you out of his brain.
Nat 15 plus 1, 16.
He succeeds.
Okay, so it breaks, so I just know that. I would message Revlin first, and I'd say, he's distraught. He wants to protect his pack. He needs to get the winery back. That's what he just thought of. Good
Protect
luck.
pack?
It says protect the pack.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, it might not be good. You can respond to this message.
Thanks, Yetta. So I've walked up. I've said, "Hail, friend." I've stopped about 30 feet from him.
You can see he's crouched low against the tree line. He's waving you like. He brings
I'll
a
walk
finger.
a little bit.
He brings a finger to his mouth and holds it there.
Little kitty.
Are you? You don't have. You can. Are you guys doing anything else? Are you staying at that distance?
Wait, I don't have message, do I? I do not have message. I'll walk 15 feet closer.
You can see he kind of breaks away from the tree, crouching very, very low. What? Come, it's not safe. Come.
What's not safe?
They're surrounding the vineyard.
Who are?
Blights, druids. They've attacked us. Come on, it's not safe here. They've pushed us out of our home.
You're from the vineyard?
Yes.
Is he lying?
Insight check. Sorry, that was bad acting on page 4, but go ahead, insight check.
Yes.
Is a big ol'...
Remember, you've got bardic inspiration, my dude.
I'll use that. Is that a D8 right now?
D8 right now, yeah.
With the 8 on that, that is a 16.
How far away is he?
He's from an 8.
Depending on where you are compared to Revlin's within 15 feet of him.
We were 90 feet away to start?
He continued to approach. I don't know what you're doing in regards to that, but Revlin continued to approach about 15 feet from him. And then he came to him, broke from the tree line.
Okay. Can I get within 60 feet and divine sense?
Sure.
Cool.
I, from 75 feet away, go, trust no!
You spear this poor farmer right in the chest.
Just kidding.
After I detect his thoughts, you fucking murder him. Remember, at this point, I would message Cantrip Hugo. Hugo, here's what he's thinking, and I would tell him as also.
Okay.
Strahd, protect the pack, needs to get the winery back, and I'd go from to Hugo to Benvolm to Rapture to Brana to
Solaris,
Rictavio.
then to Arena.
To Solaris, yeah. Then Arena
Han
just
Solo.
in case.
Yeah, with that information, I would continue moving with
Sensing undead.
Revlin.
Yeah, fiend, celestial, or undead.
You do not sense
Any of that.
that within range.
Okay. I'm gonna
Any
keep
of
walking
that.
forward.
So I'll move forward a little bit with him on the insight check. After the insight check.
Who sent you?
No one in particular. We heard that Kresk has closed its doors to people until the winery is back up and running.
Have they sent aid?
None in particular, but we're the Revengers, and we're probably better than anything that they could have sent.
Good. We are surrounded by blights and druids. They've attacked the vineyard. They've taken a lot of things from us. It's made it unsafe. We've hid here overnight to protect ourselves. They've invaded the home.
How many of them were there?
Dozens, at least.
Tell us about these druids.
Well, they've been attacking us repeatedly every couple of weeks, trying to destroy the vineyard, I think. And sorry, Paige has a lot of backstory to remember.
I would message Revlin. Revlin, can I come up? Is he mad?
I'll motion that it's okay, or I'll say yes. That should be fine.
I'll
Yeah,
start
I'm gonna
walking
come
up.
up too.
Sorry, what's it? Me and my family tried to defend the vineyard about a week ago, maybe less, and we attacked where they're coming from.
Where's that? Oh, sorry, I'm not there.
But they struck back 2 days ago, drove us from our home. We've been waiting here to try to plan the best course of attack. If we let them linger in the winery too long, we'll lose everything.
Of course.
And I should probably explain this. As you've gone up close to him, Colin, you can see that this is a elderly Barovian man. Underneath the cloak and a little bit of the cowl that falls loose, you can see long white hair, a long white beard, and it kind of even looks like a bad eye on one end. And he's kind of hunched over naturally from age, and you can see he kind of naturally just kind of has a grouchy expression on his face.
Are you the wizard of the wines?
I'm Donovan Martikov. Didn't do an accent this entire time too.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I was like, is he not Peruvian?
No, he's Barovian. I'm Donovan Martikov.
What's up with all these Donovan, Donovic, Yanavan?
B names are very popular here.
You would,
Should've.
who's nearby, Revlin? Anybody?
I was walking
At
that.
this point, everyone I think is walking up.
Okay, no one's within 5 feet of Revlin though.
I don't know. I've
I
been
was
walking.
like pretty much following him. Once I heard Yetta tell me what his thoughts were, I walked up.
I said I was continuing after I did divine sense.
Okay, Revlin, roll an intelligence check. Just straight intelligence.
12.
Oh, okay. The last name Mardukov reminds you of the couple who ran the Blue Water in Valaki. Their last name also was Mardukov.
Do you have any relatives in Valaki?
And he kind of smirks and he goes, several. And as you all are approaching Revlin, you will see at the tree line just behind it, several forms appear out of the tree lines. They are humanoid, and you can see they all also wear cloaks over their heads. And just within close proximity, you can see a mixture of young adults and even some little children clinging to the side of one woman. And they also appear to be the family of Donovan Mardukov.
Well, we're the Revengers. We've tried to help people where we could. Your family was good to us in Valaki. We'd certainly be happy to help here.
You can see one of the taller figures behind Donovan kind of approaches you and kind of puts his hand on his father's shoulder, and he kind of stands much taller than him, and he goes, "My name is Adrian. I am Donovan's oldest. Thank you. We desperately need you right now, and we could use all available power to at least push these evil druids out of our land."
Well, we've had a bit of a long journey today, but I think after a long rest in the morning, we'd be more than happy and more than capable of helping you clear them out.
You need to rest. Did you find some along the way?
Sorry, say that again?
You need to rest. Did you find those blights along the way?
We did face several tree things, correct?
A couple days ago. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought they were.
Baby Groots.
Those were twig blights.
Okay, perfect. As well as a druid.
And what on the way down here?
North of here.
Well, this where they're coming from is further south of us in a place called Yester Hill.
Yester Hill.
Why does that sound familiar?
Does that
Yeah,
ring
we've
a
heard
bell
that before.
from the thing that the blight said, or that the druids were thinking?
Oh. Yeah, they have to protect them in their home on Yester Hill or something like that, right?
Yeah, that is it.
So you attacked them at Yester Hill. What happened?
They were too strong. Even the last couple weeks, they've just continued to grow stronger, coming forth with more of those blights, attacking in greater numbers. Me and my family, and you can see with Donovan in total, it is 5 adults and 4 children.
What do they want with the winery?
Donovan looks to you. I do not know. The winery is all that's left that provides a meager form of happiness to Barovians. The wine is the last plot of soil available in Barovia that even grows anything. Without it, there's nothing to provide to the cities, to the citizens.
Well,
Why would they want that?
To bring darkness and evil across Barovia.
Oh.
Just a guess.
They are evil.
Remember,
They don't look that evil, okay? Let me just state that for the record.
The
Hugo,
druids.
remember. No, the blights. He likes the blights. Hi, I'm Yetta. I was in your head earlier. I'm sorry.
And you can see Donovan kind of walks towards you all. Adrian kind of keeping the line of the rest of the family. And Donovan kind of walks through you and approaches you, Rapture. What is your name, girl?
There it goes. Sorry, Raph doesn't say anything.
Your raven seems to be quite attached to you.
She shrugs. Oh crap, where's my Buffy?
And you can kind of see him look at Buffy. And you'll see Buffy kind of turn to him, kind of cock her head at either side, and kind of call.
There's two Buffys.
Here,
She's a little
come.
short on words right now because she's writing love poems and she's heartbroken. Don't mind her.
Come, you, come with the rest. We can perhaps make a small fire to keep us as dry as possible. And he kind of tries to bring you, Rapture, in to his family and welcomes the rest of you all to kind of rest, at least for a little bit.
Oh, he thinks the Raven's lucky.
Or unlucky.
Buffy.
Ravens are good here.
Buffy.
What did you have, Buffy do?
She stepped on my laptop and tried to close the Google Hangout.
So many
Do you see her? Oh, wait, you see her.
Fuck this
She
guy.
said bye.
It's time for bed and Paige needs to cuddle me.
Okay, I'm sorry. What were you saying, Victoria?
I just said so many Buffys.
Oh, the Buffys. Oh, come on. You're just seeing straight asshole.
Let the Buffies hit the floor. Let the Buffies hit the floor.
Sploot.
So you're all kind of they gesture you into the line of trees that are north of the trail, and as you kind of get in and get past the tree line, you can see they have made a modest shelter, putting a couple of the bigger tree limbs over top of them and just making something small. You can see they've even tried to make what is a small campfire that covers up some of the smoke that comes off of it to like give off less of a signal. And you can see the children kind of return quickly into the shelter, and you can see it is 4 children. Looks to be a young teenage male, 2 young boys, and you can see the daughter, the adult daughter, is carrying a young baby in her arms.
Question.
Yes.
Is that young adult child girl hot though?
Which, I'm sorry, the baby?
That's a
The
sexy
one holding
baby.
a baby.
The
That
one
is
holding the baby and
an adult
and
daughter.
Kayleen, this one's for you.
The adult daughter
Yeah.
is young, yes. She has raven black hair, extremely dark hair, and you can see it tied in a very loose braid behind her, a couple strands coming loose. I'd say a weak jawline, but strong nose.
And what would be the approximate age on this young adult child
She
thing?
is in her very early 20s.
Oh, okay, cool. Does it look like that baby is her baby?
It also has a weak chin and a strong nose.
You can see as you all return to this campsite, one of the other adults holds his arm around the woman's waist.
Totally cock blocked. Goddamn.
He kind of eyes you suspiciously, like.
Okay, cool.
I want to run into a person that has a baby that looks like Hugo.
Go back to Valaki, ask for the spa lady.
No, they didn't do that.
Oh my god.
Just like green and wearing a loincloth, but small.
Green and an eye patch.
He was
I don't want that for my child.
Someone more badass than you.
Only pale green.
I want to make the character of Hugo and Pink Eye Patch Lady's kid.
Alright, so what are you all doing?
Is there any wine or food or anything like that being passed around in any of this area?
Yeah, you can see one of the sons of Donovan returns to this the campfire they've created, and you can see him turn over what looks to be a small rodent, perhaps a squirrel of some kind.
Mm. Okay, I sit down and I go, "Hi, I'm Hugo."
Hugo only became nice when he saw food.
Hi, I'm Hugo. I'm with these dudes. We're the Revengers, and we're gonna save your winery.
Thank you. My name is Elvir.
Elvir?
Yes, Hugo, Elvir.
Oh, that's a beautiful name. You want to share that squirrel you got there?
He turns to his older brother, Adrian. He says, "Perhaps we should try to collect some more food for our guests."
That sounds like a good
That's
idea.
all right. We have
rations.
And in fact, you look a little hungry, and I'll share out some of mine.
Thank you.
You guys-
Awful good boys, strike again.
Yetta, do you think we can put the family in the hut tonight and we can keep watch?
That is possible as long as I put them in there when I cast it.
That would be. There's 9 family members. 4 children, 5 adults.
Well, then I cannot be in there. Then the one has to be out. Because I have to be
boyfriend of
inside
that
to cast
chick.
it.
Sit out.
I can't cast it around others. I have to cast inside.
Donovan leans in. He goes, "I hit the rot, but if you're suggesting something to keep my family warm for the night, I will happily sit by the campfire."
I would let you go in, but I can only cast it up to 9. So
It is
unfortunately,
understandable. You have already offered your assistance to help us in returning our land to some peace. Please, if you can even offer one of us a drier place to sleep, it is a great kindness.
yes, I can offer it. I have a tiny house.
The house.
It's really eco-friendly.
Okay.
300 square feet. It's really nice.
I sit down next to Donovan and I start going to town. Did that kid give me that squirrel?
He's still there. You can see him turning it over in the fire, just trying to rotate it. Get a nice.
Let me show you how it's done, son. And I take it and I turn it a little. And I go, "That's right." And then I just take it and I walk away and I go sit with Donovan.
Oh,
And I start munching on it and I go.
Alright, I give that kid a ration. Jesus Christ.
And I go, "So what's our plan here? I'm killing these druids." Straight to business.
No funny business. Oh shit.
Well, I believe they've now taken a hold of the actual winery, but there are also several of them surrounding the woods, keeping watch. I believe they've been trying to search us the last day and have now believed us to have fled to the city.
Okay.
How many of them have you seen in total?
I have seen all of the blades seem to be led by a druid, so probably in the close vicinity of our home, probably 3 druids, maybe 5 or 6 dozen blights,
Go for the druids.
That many blights.
if not more.
If we can avoid the blights and focus our attack on the druids, the blights will not be able to organize themselves.
Where do you've seen the druids inside the winery building most of the time?
I'm not sure, but when we were fleeing from our home, the blights had started to invade in the doorway.
Well, before we showed up, what was your plan on how to get them out?
We were formulating a plan.
Okay.
I'm not inexperienced in battle.
Oh.
Would you mind to share that squirrel?
Sure.
You can
I
see
take
he goes-
like a modest bite, and then I hand it back over to him.
You see he grabs the stick and takes a big bite out of its side and hands it back to you.
Oh, okay, cool.
He pulls out a flask at the side of him and kind of takes a modest sip.
Do you
of it.
mind sharing that?
It is water.
Oh, never mind. I got enough of that.
He pulls out a steak dinner from his back pocket.
Do you mind sharing
Pulls
that?
out a
No.
bigger curled squirrel.
So,
So-
have you casted the tiny hut for the family yet, or is that?
No. I thought we were planning first and then casting.
Oh.
I'll cast it now. That's fine. Okay, guys. Oh, big family photo. Come on, get in.
And cheese and
You can see.
Elfiada's in the picture.
You can see the teenage son and all the adults seem to be relatively miserable as the 3 children. The baby seems to be asleep, but the 2 younger boys are crying at their mother's side, and as Yetta kind of says it, suddenly you see the tiny hut appear on top of them. What does it look like today, Sarah?
I'm gonna make it a little special for them. I'm gonna make it inside alternating yellow and brown vertical stripes all the way around. I'm going to improvise a picture of what I think their family portrait would look like, and like a family tree made out of wine branches about their family names. I'm gonna make them all up.
Okay, what are their names?
Jesus Christ.
Ina, Edda, Riktav, Yuan, Gustav, Initzi, Bubala, Michael.
Who's Bubala?
We all know who Boobala is.
Was it Bubala or Poobala?
Boobala.
Boob. Little Devin. Little Devin's there. And then we've got
Little Richie.
Dalvin, of course. Very popular name. We've got Eva and Ava and Deva and Java. Yeah. Family name.
T-Pain.
Yeah, T-Pang. Yeah, it goes on and on and on. And then I'll make sure that there is an image of a nice warm fireplace and soft hand-knit rugs all over, and maybe even a rocking chair for the grandpa.
The grandpa can't go in the home. He offered to sleep outside.
Oh, I thought the older, more mature father did. I guess, anyway.
Donovan is the oldest. He's the
Well, I have a rocking chair in honor of the patriarch of the family.
Or maybe the nursing mother.
Maybe the nursing mother, yeah.
It is her baby.
And the outside of the hut?
And the outside of the hut it's going to be disguised because we're trying to stay hidden. I'm going to make it blend in with it's going to look like a giant bush, like a roadside bush.
Okay.
Like not a fruitful
That's
bush,
20
but
feet tall?
what?
20 feet tall?
No.
Yes, it is.
Like, okay. I was going to make it like 10 feet tall and the rest looks like sky, but
Sounds good.
good.
And as the hut is cast and you see Yetta slightly disappear with 8 other individuals of the Mardukov family, you can still hear like the whimpering child inside and Yetta going, "Alright, family picture, get together. Alright, so here is the rocking chair, here's the family tree, that's you, Ila, Bokagushka, Little Richie," and you can see her you can hear her muffled through the tent, explaining this home she's built for them for the next 8 hours.
And this is you, Boobala.
Little Bubala, I've known you since the day you were born.
And you hear little Bike goes, "My name is Martin."
Martin Bubala better. I held you when you were first born. I was the first one to hold you. Don't let anyone tell you different.
He kind of looks up his mom, whoa.
Yeah, I was there. It was with me. In this hut.
The rest of you are outside the hut now. I imagine kind of gathering around the fireplace where his family was previously sitting. What would you like to discuss for the next couple hours before you rest?
I'm gonna go to sleep.
In the hut immediately?
Well, because they, yeah,
Okay.
fuck it.
Can we, be sitting with Donovan, have him kind of sketch out what the winery looks like so we can kind of get an idea of vantage points and entrances and exits?
Okay, he'll be pretty brief. And you'll see him try to sketch out with a stick nearby that there is 2 floors, a basement. The main portion of the ground floor is the fermenting area where large barrels are fermenting giant casks of wine. There's a carriage on the back side, some stables to the right of that, a lot of storage on the ground floor, and upstairs is their bedrooms. Where the fermenting staging area is both stories, because it's extremely large, so that kind of opens up both ways, and the balcony is to the bedrooms. And in the basement there is just more, not a ton, but more storage, potentially. In the past, he would keep more in the basement, but now there's probably only like 3 barrels of wine down there. He says there's an outhouse to the western side of the home, outside, and the well just north of that. And there's 3 main entrances into the home. One pointing to the north, one pointing to the south, and one off to the western entrance of the home, right by the outhouse.
Has anybody been by and seen where they're kind of holing up?
No, he hasn't gotten close since they were pushed out of the home, just because half of it was just hiding to make sure that they wouldn't, out of fear of being, if they were found, they would have been completely destroyed.
Yeah.
Because of just the pure numbers he saw when they first got pushed out.
And he said that they attacked them on Willow Hill or whatever before?
Yes, he details that me and my children planned a counterattack about, let's see, about 5 days ago. We went down to Yester Hill, hoping to scare them off for good, but we were certainly no match for them at that time. We retreated back, and about 2 days ago, the druids returned with a horde of those blights and drove us away from the home.
Will any of you be taking part tomorrow with us?
Absolutely. Me and my children, ignoring my daughter Stefania's children. They are too young, but me and my 2 sons and my daughter and her husband would be happy to aid you.
Husband?
Yes, my daughter's husband, Dag.
Dag?
That is correct.
Oh, okay.
Like Dag and Norm, the angry beavers.
Wow, what a
A
reference.
Barovian story. I'm not familiar with it.
Dag and Norm, angry beaver. You don't know, you never had the angry beaver.
No.
Yeah, you look like you've had angry beaver.
I am not there. I am sleeping in the
Ah, damn it!
That's too funny for you not to be there.
Nope. I sleep now.
Well,
Do we...
when we do move in, don't take too many risks. I think it's probably about time we.
So I'm just trying to get this straight. Are we just going in there and trying to kill them all? Because, like, what's to say they're just going to bring more and more of them from this hill place?
That's
This
why we
Yester
go
Hill.
there.
We'll kill them there, and then we'll go to the hill and kill them there.
At least if we can drive them off.
Well, that seems like it hasn't been a permanent solution before, so we'll be going to the hill.
But even if we do it for a short amount of time, it gives them a few days to regroup. We would get perhaps aid from Krask or Valaki. Do you know how much trade we've done with those cities? They rely on us just like we rely on them.
Why haven't they sent anyone to help you?
How could they have known we were trapped down here?
Do traders not come through here to pick up the wine?
My sons deliver the wine themselves.
Don't you think they would have known? How long have you been out, not been able to deliver wine?
Over a week now.
Oh. I'm sure that the towns know that they're not getting their wine.
I'm sure they are aware of it. That's why I thought they sent you down here. When I saw you, I thought somebody from Crest finally had inquired on their delivery.
Well, we were asked to check in on you and Valaki. We under Crest. So.
Well, I think the numbers alone that you've provided us
Sorry.
in the morning will help us significantly in turning the tides.
You think there's a better time to attack them?
With the void in the nighttime. If we can keep quiet over the night, I think we'd be better to do it in the morning when we can get our eyes on them a little bit better. Hopefully the weather clears up. The rain is still falling around you all. If we can get clear skies, hopefully we can have the advantage.
Okay, maybe we'll do like a scoping out of the vineyard.
I've
Kind of
already
see where they're.
asked my two sons, Elvir and Adrian, to do an early purvey around the land to identify the key threats before we work tomorrow in the morning. But they will be out earlier, hopefully to spot anything to inform myself.
Okay, that works for me.
Sounds good. Let's post up a watch tonight and attack in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
2 at a time.
I'll take
Yeah.
the first watch.
I can get that too.
We're doing 2 at a time watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good idea. After what happened last time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So who's the first to watch?
Me and Revlin.
Yep.
And then after that?
I'll go next. I'll go with
Brana.
Brana. Yeah.
Rapture, would you like to go with Rictavio, Yetta, or Donovan?
Give me that time with Ricky T.
And then Rictavio will assumably try to wake you Yetta outside of the tent when it's your turn for watch in the morning. Okay?
Sorry, you're muted.
I would have. I mean, I would be awake after 6 hours. You know what I mean, right? Naturally, or no?
It hasn't been 2 hours of rest.
But if each person's doing a 2-hour watch and there's 3 sessions before me, that's 6 hours.
Do you need 6 hours of sleep?
I thought a long rest was 6 to 8.
I believe 8 hours is what you should shoot for if you're doing a normal rest. If you were to continue to do 6 hours rest over several days, you would grow exhausted eventually.
No. Well, then I'll wake up for my turn if I have a turn. I don't know how long are watches.
I don't know. It changes every time you guys do different. When you divide it up in different ways, obviously it changes. Everyone likes to roll.
It's however long it has to be for us to all have a full night's
Full
rest.
night's rest. So then each one would have to be 3 hours.
That's fine.
And then yeah, I would have had a full night's sleep, and yes, then I'll wake up and do the last session by myself.
Donovan would do it with you. is what I
Me and
said.
Donovan then.
Is it okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll have Benvolm and Revlin roll their perception checks for the night.
Okay, so that is a 9.
20 BB.
Nat?
No,
Oh.
but 20 BB.
You both sit first. One of the first times you sat the first watch, I think. But Revlin often volunteers first. You can see, even through the rain, you can see what seems to be small figures out in the distance, occasionally peeking through what is the grapevines. You'll see a small pack of them kind of move through it and then move back into the woods.
Peeking through as in, like, I can see them, or they're, like, literally...
No, like, you can see their movement through the grapevines.
Gotcha.
It's not like they're peeking through at you. Like,
Gotcha, cool.
just, like, the movement of it is peeking through. They're small forms, but because of your perception roll, you do catch it, and you kind of watch them. And it seems to be a pack of maybe, like, 6 to 8, and you'd see them, during the 3 hours of your watch, move throughout the vines. And then you see that pack kind of walk back into the tree line opposite of you, which would be south on the other side of the trail and on the other side of the building.
Does it look like patrolling?
Definitely some sort of patrol, obviously, because they don't linger more than an hour in total when you first spot them to when you see them return to the tree line.
They're out there. Do we assume they're here after the wine?
Can't imagine why. Well, who knows in this land?
Just trying to think about where they'll be congregated so we can plan our attack.
If they've already had control over the place, there's no way to truly know.
They might be everywhere.
If there are as many as he says that there are, it might be a little rough tomorrow.
I can see that. I don't think we should get the family too involved in the fray. Not sure how well they'll do.
They seem fairly confident in their abilities, and there are enough of these creatures that I'd be worried that we'd be overrun on our own. But I do agree that we should try to keep them as supplemental fighters rather than auxiliaries.
I'll do my best to keep the blights from swarming tomorrow if we can focus firepower on the druids.
I will. I'll also have a fireball spell prepared in case we need it.
Well, let's hope that we hold out the night.
Indeed.
At the end of your watch, you would wake Hugo and Brana. I can roll for Brana. So you'll, Kelly, you'll roll a perception check.
13.
8 plus 4, 12. What'd you get?
13.
Okay, 12 and 13. You and Brana kind of sit. She regularly pokes at the campfire to keep it stoked, and at least providing some warmth to the rest of your sleeping party. It is quiet. The rain is starting to pick up a little bit in the middle of the night at this point. It's getting a little bit heavier, so it's getting harder to see, even to the building at this point, the main building of the vineyard. You don't spot anything that grabs your attention.
Okay.
Okay. If that's all for you. Next, you would wake up Rictavio and Rapture. Rapture, I'll have you roll your perception check.
Ooh. Sorry, just redoing my math. So I add my charisma modifier to wisdom checks when Buffy's with me?
Yep.
20.
Nice. He rolled the 17 too, so you guys both did pretty well, actually. You both sit together, and you hear him occasionally clear his throat. I think I see some movement around the building. Perhaps they're wrapping around the other side, but it looks like more of those blights that Donovan mentioned. And as you kind of look over and kind of observe as well, you can see what looks to be probably over a dozen blights rounding the corner to the other side of the vineyard. They seem to walk in line, one behind the other. And it looks like at the time when you spot them, the last one seems to be coming out of a doorway of the building. It leaves it opened in a skew as it leaves. And you see them in single file walk around to the other side of the building.
Do you need me to go check on it, or do you think we should wake someone up?
I think it's safe to wait. They're clearly not at alert. If they knew where we were, they would come charging. I don't think these beings have the knowledge to self-persevere.
I nod. Just keep an extra eye on them.
The old man seemed rather keen on you.
I have a reason. They seem to love that here, much more than in the Forgotten Realms.
Interesting. Well,
Perhaps I have a new admirer. She offers a half smile.
a new admirer.
Oh yes, don't you know? Rapture gets all the boys.
You know what? Nothing
And Buffy
surprises me.
squawks.
My raven brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like,
That's a cute damn raven. Damn right. Her name is Buffy.
guys,
Alright.
I just had a moment. I have these stamps, and I'm like putting my fingers on them, and they turn to the moon when you have your fingers on them, and my mind was just blown. Okay, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
That was important. I liked it.
I'm so sorry.
Is there anything else you'd like to do during your watch, Rapture?
No, I'm just gonna feed and pet Buffy and, keep it to myself, but obviously love Rictavio. Don't know how to talk to him.
You can see
Thanks,
he's
Dad.
total dad presence, just kind of sitting there in silence, Won't talk
I
until
give
he
Buffy some fruit. I offer Rictavio some fruit.
And you can see since Buffy has you've all sat and rested, you can see she's kind of more perked up, more alert, not in the, hunter way, more just, perked up, just, curious. She wants to constantly, hop off your shoulder and poke around here, and you can just talk, she just has that, curiosity that you're aware of, that emotion in her.
What's this?
What's this? What's this? Yetta, you would wake up shortly before the end of Rictavio and Rapture's watch, because two of the sons you would see wake up and they begin to head out of the campsite, and you'd hear them stirring. And it's the two, Donovan's eldest son and Donovan's youngest son, Adrian and Elvir. You can see rise.
And also based on the timing of all this, I might have noticed my tiny hut dispel.
Starting to fade, yes.
So as I see them wake up, I'll say, wait a second. And I will cast Tiny Hut again to kind of secure the family.
Yeah.
It's my turn for watch. And I'll just head out and
They'll follow out with you, actually. And as you're kind of exiting the tent, they'll say, thank you, that was the best sleep I've had in 3 days, but our father has asked us to try our best to patrol the area, see if we can give you any information in the few coming hours.
and I will keep watch in the meanwhile. So
And
I'm within earshot.
you will see as you exit, Donovan is standing outside the tent waiting for his sons expectantly. And as he sees you exit, he goes, come, we will sit and ready the morning.
Yes, I look forward to it.
You will see his two sons wrap behind the tent, back into the woods, and into the darkness and shadows, where apparently they begin to start to make their rounds around what is the outskirts of their land. Donovan will sit with you. Roll a perception check for your watch.
Not just a 10.
I don't know what my modifier is for Donovan, but he rolled a nat 10. 16. Wow, he's got good
Wow.
perception. Holy shit. What the hell? You can see him kind of sit there with you, and he's looking about. I'm not sure, but I believe the blights have definitely grown since they pushed us out of our home a couple days ago.
I'm sure of it. They have our interaction with them was limited, but I could sense that they have the ability to multiply, or at least the druids have a way of multiplying them.
I can only hope that we somehow drive them off as quickly as possible, but I'm also worried about whatever damage we could put on our home and our vineyards. You know, this land is delicate, and outside of the Martikov land, there are no grapevines, there are no sprouts. So I'm weary of what could happen if we take our attack too far.
Yes, initially I thought the easiest way would be fire, but I ignored the delicate nature of your farm. So we cannot do that. We must be clever, and we will find our way.
You can see Donovan's attention kind of looks slightly upward as the sun's starting to rise, and as you can see Donovan's gaze kind of look upward. You see a smirk on his face, and you can see breaking from west of you, not opposite of where a lot of the other people saw trees, but off that way, you can see a pair of ravens flying over, and you can see him smirk.
You believe they are good luck, yes?
Absolutely. That is the best signal we could get.
Yes, it's been good company to have Rapture with us. A constant sign of good luck.
Is the bird always by her side?
Yes.
That is very good luck to all of you.
They are bounded. It is a special relationship that none of us could really mirror.
How so?
Well, I tried. I had the pet frog. It did not end well.
Okay.
But it is hard to explain. I've never seen something quite like it. Obviously, I've seen ravens, but I think it is deeper than that.
Has Yetta seen Rapture shift?
I mean, on the day where we ran into Arena and Ismark with Sasha,
yeah, okay.
I was running ahead, so I might not have visibly seen it, but I did see her transform back when Rictavio returned to the tower. So I would have seen it. I'm aware of it.
Okay. Yes. She is a great curiosity, that one.
She's better left as a mystery. Let her reveal herself.
Mysteries are always better left untold.
I struggle with that, honestly, but I'm learning to see its benefits.
You do not like secrets.
No, I love them, but I share them. They're not secrets long, you know? Something I'm working on.
Can I tell you a secret?
Of course. I will try my best to keep it one.
And you can see him kind of lean into the campfire and look to you and lean his hands in. You can see him take a bead and kind of rub his hands together and put them to the fire. Rotate the other side. He turns to you. My family has owned this land for a very long time. And
That is not the secret.
No, but I would say probably 2 generations before me. My great-grandfather, and he begins to start to tell you this story. Before he can continue, you can hear the 2 ravens that you've noticed only a couple minutes earlier both call out. He kind of breaks the story and he kind of looks out and looks up to them. And if you look and turn and watch them as well, you can see the 2 ravens begin to dive deep down to the ground into the vineyards. And as you see them dive and come back up and kind of circling and diving back down again, you can see Donovan's detection kind of gets alerted. Something is in the vineyard. We must wake your friends. It is the end of your watch. And you can see him start to get up, and he starts to wake my family. And he begins to get up, and he begins to wake all of you outside around the camp. We must ready ourselves. It is time.
I will go into the tiny hut, wake them, tell them to stay in there if they can. The ones that are too weak to travel, like to join us.
I cast armor on myself.
Okay. As you're all beginning to wake, you can see Donovan has kind of gestured you all, and he doesn't even wait to see if you fully wake up. And you can see you see him looking at the ravens. And as he sees Yetta, you coming out of the tent, he will call inside, "Stefania, Dag, come on!" And that's his daughter and her husband. We will look we will go to the vineyards. You head into the house. We'll meet you there. And you can see him begin to run down the path towards the vineyards. And his daughter and her husband kind of run out from the tent. And you can see Stefania kind of turns into the tent. And she says, I forgot her son's name. Claudio, what's your sister? And she turns and kind of runs out. You can see the three of them, their forms begin to shift and change. And they morph into ravens and fly out into the vineyards towards whatever is charging out to the vineyards.
Called it. Once those two kept showing up, I was like, "They're goddamn raven people."
Raven people.
Oh my god! Yada!
As you can see, as you look out, you're all starting to stand and wake up and ready yourselves. You can see a magical aura kind of covers Revlin as he readies himself. And you can see as these crows begin to approach whatever danger is out there, you can see what seems to be animated scarecrows are lumbering out of the tree line towards the home. And this is that's what those crows seem to be defending. Donovan's last words saying, urging you to head towards the home, and they will hold these off as long as possible. And as you begin to charge, hopefully, I mean, depending on your plan, charge towards the home, I think that is where we will end tonight's session.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh
That's
my
awesome.
God.
It's gonna be a great fight.
What is raven people?
There's a thing called were ravens. They are pretty cool.
Can I borrow their wings, please?
What if
Maybe
it's
they will bite you. Yeah.
Please, I can retcon my card choice, yes. Please, wings.
I have a card today I could give, but we're kind of in the middle of something. Who go?
Who wants to draw a card?
No rush or anything.
Look at Boba in the corner, just waking up like, sup, ho?
Yeah.
I'm in the corner watching
Well,
you, Boba.
I'm really looking forward to a big fun battle.
A big old TPK.
I would definitely recommend coming in with, I know you guys definitely talking strategy, but definitely come in with a couple of strategies in mind. I think this is definitely going to be more tactical than previous battles. Should be fun.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, we'll end the video here. So, I'm looking forward to next week.
Yep.
Hopefully everyone's gonna be available. That'll be dope. And we can kill some freaking twig blights and some scarecrows and hopefully some druids. Goodbye.
Ah.